What's up, YouTube? This is Daylo37, and today I want to address something that is very near and dear to my heart and a lot of other women out there. And that's the subject of um, black women and our um, problems when it comes to finding a uh, a man and keeping a man and being relationship worthy and being relationship ready. Now, from this point on, when I talk about this subject, which is going to be a lot, I want my listeners to know, my viewers to know that I'm only representing a very small portion, a very small, a sliver of the pie when it comes to African American women. Okay, because on a lot of these videos, black men make or other races make about black women, they are talking about the stereotypical type of black woman, a loud woman, an angry woman, a woman with attitude, a woman with no class, a woman with no self-respect. That's one stereotype. Or they're talking about women who are, um, maybe black professional women that are gold diggers, that have unreasonable standards, that don't have standards at all, that are male bashers, that are feminine. Okay, we're talking about a small sliver of the pie, um, a small portion of African American women. That's who I represent. Okay, I'm I am going to break that down in other videos exactly who we are because we are not being heard in regards to responding to criticisms about black women, but also um, we are we're not being adequately represented. I don't feel like and I hear that in a lot of videos that the black men make because they're not really referring to us a lot of the time. And we have issues and we have concerns too. And um, as the same that we would like that small sliver of black men, not your stereotypical black men, your thugs, your losers, your, guys with a lot of swag, or, quote, alpha male, unquote, um, not referring to them, not referring to the other end of the spectrum of black men that, stereotypically only are interested in white women or exotic looking women or, you know, um, not doesn't know how to settle down, not a family man. Okay, you know, one thing we have to one 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 thing that we have to understand moving forward if we're going to solve some of these problems is that black people, white people, Asian people, Hispanic people, we all have our stereotypes when it comes to gender roles. However, we come from a wide spectrum. So if you're only referring to stereotypes, or you're only, characterizing a certain group of people or class of people in the stereotypical form, because it happens to our black community as a whole, then you're going to miss an opportunity to learn and grow and get what you want from your black people, what you really want, right? Because I don't think most of these videos would be made. I don't think there would be much criticism if we found that balance and or that the perfect, not the perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect, but that particular mold that you're looking for, right? Your needs being met as a man, as a black man. I'm looking for this type of black woman. Well, if your experiences have only been with stereotypical women, and you've only heard about stereotypical black women, and you've only referenced stereotypical black women, you're missing it. There's a disconnect. Same thing with the black women. So I'm trying to, from this point, move on forward in a very positive, um, I'm, upbeat, um, way, moving in that direction where we can meet each other. Okay, where that small sliver of black women can meet that small sliver of black men somewhere, somehow on these YouTube videos. So that is my focus. That is my audience that I'm looking for. Those are the responders that I'm looking for. But also, I think that anybody that's willing to self-reflect and change, whether you're not in this particular group or fit this particular category, I feel like it's going to be beneficial to you. And I will say one thing, you know, on regards to the black women, I don't know about the black men, but you know, one assumption that you can make with our group is that we are willing to self-reflect or we're willing to change. We may not know that we're self-reflecting, but we know, okay, this is a bad habit or I don't like this in me, I'm going to change it. And I'm not talking about superficial physical features, attributes, butt injections, lips injections. I'm talking about, you know, our perspective, our view, the way we approach life. We're willing to do that. So when I go and hear videos from black men in regards to this, this topic that we're talking about, black women, I never come in with a negative attitude. Most of the time, even when they're talking about stereotypical black women, I concede a lot of the points because in my life I see it, and also it makes sense. And if there's an underlying factual basis for a lot of the reasons why people have their views, then it's an underlying factual basis. It may be a little distorted. It may not be true for everybody. It may be over expansive, overly broad, but that doesn't mean that it's not a point well taken or doesn't have some credit. So I just want to say that because I don't want anybody thinking that I disagree with everything that a black man has wrote. And the same thing with the black woman. I understand some of their views. Some of their points are well made. But I don't think that there's an accurate representation of black women from this portion, this sliver of the pie that is vocalizing some of our concerns, some of our wants and needs. I don't think so. So I think that, I took it upon myself to hopefully have some of these black men listen to us and say, hey, we are not, it's not over. It's not the end of the world. We are here in numbers. We are just, we're here, but we're almost just as rare as, you are. And we need to meet up and we need to find a way to bridge this gap so that we can, have a positive conversation going forward. Okay, because I'm a very political person. I follow politics junkie. So, okay, what is a way we can positively move forward? Of course, the reality is, and we may not, but at least let me bring to the table what we can offer. Okay, and you bring to the table what you can offer. Okay, and let's all these other distractions out here, and all these other people out here that are just venting and they're cursing and they're angry and they're pointing fingers and calling men names and calling women names and assuming the worst of us as black people. I'm not. Let's leave that to the side. Those are just flat out, opinions, and you may not be able to change someone that's deeply grounded in that. I'm talking about people that want black love, want black relationships, want good black relationships, want it to be the way where we support each other. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm representing those women, that maybe 15-20% of black women out there, and I'm speaking to anybody, but specifically those 15 to 20% of black men that have that good balance and are focused and centered in their lives. Okay, so catch me next time.